Hi, it's Bobby from the Vespasian Warner Public Library, and I'm here with another tale from the archive where I talk about items and documents from our local history collection. Today we're going back to the very founding of the library with the C.H. Moore collection. As many of you know, Clifton H. Moore was a wealthy and important local citizen. In fact, his home is now the Dewitt County Museum, which if you've never visited, I strongly encourage you to visit. Mr. Moore loved books. He was a massive bibliophile and he collected between 5,000 and 8,000 books in his lifetime. And when he passed away in 1901, he left that collection of books to the city to start a public library, and we still have that collection. Mr. Moore, according to newspaper accounts I read, loved collecting antique books, and this is certainly borne out by the books that we have in the collection. And he loved to show off the newest things that he acquired. So in that spirit, I'm going to show off some of the books from Mr. Moore's collection that I found very interesting. So I'm going to start with these two volumes. Washington Irving, some of you may know his most famous story today is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, so the story of the Headless Horseman. But in the early 19th century, he was the first truly internationally famous American author. In fact, we have 2 shelves worth of Washington Irving books in the C.H. Moore collection. And this set, the sketchbooks, volume 1 and 2, is from 1821, not a first edition, but still a 200-year-old set of books. And they are just beautifully preserved with these beautiful marble pages. And of course, in here, we have The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, my favorite short story personally, and Irving's most famous story now. And I just love this set, and you can see before we were the Vespasian Warner Library, we were the Free Clinton Library, so all of these C.H. Moore books have this book plate, and most of them have a C.H. Moore stamp and then a stamp that they were given to the Vespasian Warner Library. And here we have these 2 books that caught my attention. This again is another set because I was going through the stacks and I see on the spine, Miseries of Human Life. Well, I got to look at that. And these books are actually a couple of Murphy's Law type humor books that were published in England. So this one was published in London in 1810. So just for a little perspective, Abraham Lincoln was 1 year old when this book was printed. And I love that these books have these fabulous illustrations. I am not an artist at all, but I understand from artists who draw human figures that hands and feet are the most challenging. So if you look at this Miseries personified illustration, beautiful work done on the face, the hands and the feet do not look okay at all, kind of like they were AI generated. But it's just kind of funny that that has not changed. This one also has a beautiful illustration in the front that is actually in color. This one was printed in 1807, so before Abraham Lincoln was born. And this beautiful illustration is in color. And basically the book is just full of little situations that are supposed to be humorous of things going wrong. So you can see another illustration here about the dangers of ice skating. And I know I can personally attest that that is a serious danger. Again, fun little books that C.H. Moore collected and no doubt showed off when he got them. The C.H. Moore collection is available for anyone to view here in the building, but of course none of the books ever leave. They all stay here now. So thank you for joining me for this tale from the archive, and I hope to see you soon.